Welcome! You're watching Music Talk Now, the Permian Basin's good news music talk show. We're your hosts. I'm Jennifer Mayhem.
And I'm Gary Garner.
And we've got a great show today. We're going to talk music, and we've got some special guests that are here representing good causes. Stay with us.
Welcome to Tomahawk Hair Genesis. We offer an outstanding selection of services to men and women. Whether it be a haircut, perms, or color and cut, we will help you look your best. We are conveniently located in West Odessa. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturday by special appointment. Tomahawk Hair Genesis, 11368 West 20th Street in Odessa. Give us a call at 432-352-1812. That's 432-352-1812. Let Tamara help you look your best.
There's a few important questions, Gary. Let me get your opinion.
Okay.
Now, should music publishers and songwriters be paid higher royalties, and should artists be paid more when their music is played through digital services?
Why, certainly.
Well, some agree, some don't, but these are just a few of the issues that will be presented before the House Judicial Subcommittee for Courts, Intellectual Property, and the Internet. Now, according to Billboard Biz, the topics presented at these hearings will help determine the future changes in copyright law and impact everything from new business models to how the digital services get licenses and what they pay for those licenses.
They're going to try every way they can to get in that internet, aren't they?
Well, the times are changing and we need some change. Now, legalities of copyright can be a mundane topic. However, for those of us in the business of music, these hearings are of the utmost importance. They're streamed live, and you can view these hearings and the witness statements, which began on February the 10th at judiciary.house.gov. And that's a great way for someone to learn about what's going on, what's changing, and about copyrights.
Yes.
Also, congratulations to the 57th Annual Grammy Award winners. Beck took home 2 awards for Album of the Year and Best Rock Album. Now, Kanye West tried to take away his award, just like he did a few years ago to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And again, his antics came across as a real ass act. Nonetheless, Beck responded with class, and we again congratulate you on your honors.
Yes.
Now, also taking home awards were Sam Smith for Best New Artist, Best Pop Vocal Album, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year. I think he was the one that just really swept the evening, as they say.
Apparently he did.
Miranda Lambert won Best Country Album, and I really like this. Glenn Campbell won Best Country Song for I'm Not Gonna Miss You. Now, he's going through Alzheimer's, and
yes.
so this song was written, about that.
Yeah.
Basically, I may not remember you.
Right.
And so I thought that was really, really sweet that
very touching.
That won Best Song. Yes, absolutely. Now, the Best Gospel Album went to Erica Campbell. Best Rap Album, Eminem. Best Urban Contemporary went to Pharrell Williams. Best Alternative Album went to St. Vincent. Best Latin Album was Reuben Blades. Best Reggae went to Ziggy Marley. Bob Marley, I wonder if they're related.
Probably.
Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album was won by Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. That's
hard to
interesting
compare.
combo.
Yes, it is. I've had a problem trying to put them two together. But
well, I like both of their music. So
maybe
together,
they both went to San Francisco.
Left their heart there. The Best R&B Album went to Toni Braxton and Babyface. Now, here's a little advice for Kanye West. If you don't agree with the voting tabulations at next year's awards, just let it go, let it go. Which, by the way, is on the Frozen soundtrack that won Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. So if you missed the awards, you can view all of the winners at Billboard.com. Now, due to the recent North Korean hacks against Sony Entertainment and other major corporations, the White House has decided to form yet a new central agency.
That's what we need, another new agency.
Yes, that will pull their resources from the existing programs we have in order to monitor cybersecurity threats. Now, according to the Washington Post, the Cyber Threat Intelligence Integration Center, better known as CTIIC, is modeled after the National Counterterrorism Center, which was formed after the 9/11 attacks. This will help agencies to quickly share intelligence to combat terrorism on U.S. soil. Now, the new CTTIC will connect the dots between the federal agencies that have cybersecurity departments, including the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, and the Department of Homeland Security. White House Homeland Security and Counterterrorism Advisor Lisa Monaco stated, "The cyber threat is one of the greatest threats that we face, and policymakers and operators will benefit from having a rapid source of intelligence. It will help ensure that we have the same integrated all-tools approach to the cyber threat that we have developed to combat terrorism."
The only problem I have with that is they've never shared information before between the different...
Well, I just have a hard time understanding why what we already have doesn't work.
We don't
combat
enforce
that. Who knows? I guess that's why I'm not there and I'm right here. Okay, to let you guys know about some seminars and workshops coming up, BMI, along with ASCAP and CSAC, is proud to support their songwriters in a new round of songwriter workshops facilitated by Billy Seidman's Song Arts Academy. Now, the first round of these workshops was extremely successful, so they're going to be starting a new 5-week workshop which begins on Tuesday, February 24th in the Big Apple, New York City. Apply quickly as only a small number of participants are accepted. Go to songartsacademy.com for more information on that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I'd like to go to New York anyway.
BMI's popular Songwriters Workshop series with Jason Bloom is held monthly in Nashville, Tennessee. Will take place on February 24th, March 17th, April 14th, May 12th. Write all those down, from 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. And this is held at BMI's Nashville office. They're at 10 Music Square East, Nashville, Tennessee. Now, this is for aspiring songwriters, and no application is necessary, but you do need to register. And it's free to all participants. Okay, now counting down. Last week's Billboard Hot 100 songs in the top 10 are: number 10, Centuries from Fall Out Boy; Shake It Off, Taylor Swift; number 8, Jealous by Nick Jonas; number 7, I'm Not the Only One, Sam Smith; 6, Lips Are Moving by Meghan Trainor; 5, Sugar by Maroon 5; 4 is Blank Space by Taylor Swift; 3, Take Me to Church by Hozier; 2, Thinking Out Loud, Ed Sheeran; and again, on the top 10, number 1 is Uptown Funk, Mark Ronson with Bruno Mars. Now you can view all of the Billboard charts at billboard.com.
United Way is about impacting lives and producing life-changing results. 1 in every 3 people is impacted by the United Way. Thank you for your investing in our community by giving to the United Way of Odessa.
Now, before we start into the Texas music news, according to Music Business, the top 5 schools for music are: number 5, University of Michigan.
Really?
That's located in Ann Arbor, Michigan. DePaul University, located in Chicago, Illinois. Belmont University, located in Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. The University of Southern California, it's located in Southern California.
Really?
Yes. And the number 1, the New York University, located in New York. And by the way, they have their own record company, which gives you hands-on experience.
Yes, that's exciting for students.
Yes, it would be.
Now, I got New York and I got Nashville, but the other cities surprised me. Some of them surprised me as far as being big music schools.
Good.
So, good to know.
But it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's go to Austin, the live music capital of the world, performing at the Dale Hall, located at Long Center for the Performing Arts, on February 17th, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Now, on March 13th, the Music, Film, and Interactive Conference Festival will be held at the Convention Center. Filmmakers, musicians, multimedia artists from all around the world will be there.
That's an event not to miss.
Ought to be really exciting. And at the One World Theater on February 19th, George Winston will be performing, and Roger McKeon will be at the Paramount on February 20th. Moving to Lubbock, which is just north of us,
Yes.
Texas Tech at Hemi Recital Hall. On February 26th, they'll have a band concert. On February 28th, Gregory Brooks voice recital. Okay. And the Texas Regional Radio Report, the top 10 listened to songs in Texas. Number 10, In Betweener by Cody Canada and the Departed. Number 9, My Dear by T.J. Groskopf. Number 8, Cowboy Like Me by Cody Johnson. Number 7, Baby Don't Cry by Curtis Grimes. Number 6, She's Gonna Run by the Randy Rogers Band. Number 5, That Look by Aaron Watson. Number 4, The Girl I Knew by Reckless Kelly. Number 3, Sympathy by William Clark Green. Number 2, Hanging Around by the Josh Abbott Band. And number 1, Roadshow by Roger Traeger. Local music news here at the Wagner Knoll Performing Arts Center on February the 24th. Loretta Lynn's going to be there.
You've got your
and
tickets.
I've got tickets for it.
He's so excited.
I'm excited about it. And on February the 25th, Diana Ross. On February the 26th, the Vienna Boys Choir will be performing. That ought to be just fantastic.
They're excellent.
I have heard them before, and they're really sharp. Now, for just a little bit of news that a lot of people may not be aware or know about, the University of Texas of the Permian Basin, that's UTPB.
Yes, it is.
In 2009, started the West Texas Guitar Festival, which has been growing every year. And on February 17th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, they'll be at the Wagner Knoll Center with great guitar music.
Yay.
Okay, it ought to be pretty good.
Picking and a grinning.
That's it. I guess they call them all pickers, right?
Yes.
Guitar pick, okay.
Would you like to be a part of our group here at the WTMA? Well, we're looking for energetic people with a few hours per month to help build our organization. We are a fun, upbeat group that strives to help our local community and have a positive impact on musicians, performers, and singers. If you would like more information, you can get in touch with us at WTMA at WTMAassociation.org or by calling Bruce Beard at 432-238-5087. Come join us.
The Billboard's Top Gospel Music. Number 10, No Greater Love by Smokey Norfolk.
Number 9, God, My God by Vashawn Mitchell.
Number 8, War, Charles Jenkins and Fellowship Chicago.
Number 7, Say Yes by Michelle Williams featuring Beyonce and Kelly Rowland.
Number 6, I Will Trust, Fred and Brianne Hammond.
Number 5, I Am by Jason Nelson.
Number 4, Every Praise by Hezekiah Walker.
Number 3, Amazing by Ricky Dillard and New G.
Number 2, Fill Me Up by Casey J.
And number 1 is For Your Glory by Tasha Cobbs.
All right.
Very good. We love our gospel music.
Yes, we do. Hold it right there. Okay. I'm not supposed to say that, am I?
Looking for some fun? Go Diamonds. Diamond Lanes at 2208 East 8th Street. Family fun abounds, and ask about our league play. You've never bowled? Well, come on out and we'll show you how much fun you can have. Diamond Lanes, 2208 East 8th, or call us at 580-4386. That's Diamond Lanes.
Yeah, questions and answers and this type of thing. Here's just a little fact.
But why do you get to do the Q&A? I thought that was my thing. I got to ask you the questions.
I know, but I changed it. Did you know that Buddy Holly was only 22 years old when he died in February 1959? That's 56 years ago. Had he lived, he'd be 78. I wonder if anybody's ever wondered what the music world would be like today had Buddy Holly lived. Because he was fantastic.
Yes, he was. A one of a kind.
All right.
And from Lubbock, Texas.
Yes, and from the people history, in what year did the song Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin get played for the first time?
I'll be honest with you, Gary, I don't have a clue. Way back when in the day. Does that qualify?
It was before I came around, okay?
Okay.
1924.
Really?
Really that old. And it's still a fantastic song.
Yes, absolutely. Well, very interesting. Okay, you guys stay with us. When we come back, we have a special guest, all having to do with hearts. This is Heart Month. Stay with us.
United Way is about impacting lives and producing life-changing results. 1 in every 3 people is impacted by the United Way. Thank you for your investing in our community by giving to the United Way of Odessa.
We have a special guest with us today. We have Cindy Kill White with Borrowed Heart Designs. Man, you've got a story that's actually dear to my heart. I've had several family members that have had heart transplants, and you have been a recipient of one.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
tell us how you started this Borrowed Hearts Designs?
Well, let's see. We started this business, Borrowed Heart Designs, in 2012, roughly a year after I had returned home from having a heart transplant. Back previous to Borrowed Heart Designs, I was going to OC for photography as a photography student.
Okay.
Wanted to major in photography, change career paths. And I had a little hiccup while I was off doing some photography while camping in the state of Oregon with my family. I had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
So to make a very, very long story short, I ended up having a bypass during a camping trip, came home. 10 months later, was listed for a heart transplant, and
Wow.
10 months after that, I got a new heart. So while I was waiting for that heart transplant, my husband had to kill a lot of time, burn off energy. So he started playing with some crafts of his own and started making some lamp work beads, glass beads in the garage, playing with fire, torching things, you know. I was afraid he was going to burn the house down, but it kept him busy. So I got home after this long wait, and I had all these beads. And one of my girlfriends says, well, what are you going to do with them? I don't know. So I started fiddling and crafting, and there's not a whole lot other that you can do when you're recovering.
Well, like you were saying earlier, we were talking, and there's just not anything to do when you're trying to get well. It's going to be very boring. So I think this is just wonderful.
Yeah. So we started a small business. I create some homemade jewelry. Stephen makes all the beads that go on the jewelry. Most all of it is upcycled, recycled materials. I use soda cans, bottle caps, those kind of things.
So y'all are just very creative.
Yeah,
with it.
well, and our theory is recycle. Wonder why.
Okay, now do you have a website people can look at this?
I'm on Etsy, Borrowed Heart Designs on Etsy.
Yes.
We also have a Facebook page. So I'll post any of our activities and new things that we have coming out.
Okay.
And you also do craft fairs, right?
We do craft fairs.
Okay.
We'll be coming up February 28th and March 1st of this year. We will be at the Barn G, I believe it is, at the Coliseum.
Okay.
With the Briar Patch Craft Fair. And then we also have a booth at the Farmers Market, the Medical Center Hospital Farmers Market.
Okay.
We do that. That's the first Saturday of every month, and we do that throughout the summer. I also make granola, heart healthy,
Yes.
low calorie, low fat, you know, those trendy
Tastes
things that you get into. You have to find something.
Right.
So, yes.
Now, did you ever go back and finish your photography schooling?
I haven't. I haven't been able to get that momentum back. I tried to go back to school, and medications and other things on aside, you know, but I do still go out and take photographs, and that's just kind of one of my passions. I can get lost in a dark room. I can spend hours. I prefer black and white photography. I prefer film. I do digital. I play with digital, but I really prefer that old-fashioned, hands-on, go in the dark room, roll my film, process my own prints.
So, what's become of your photos? Have you had anything published?
I haven't had anything published. I've share with friends. I people have asked for copies. A lot of things that I've taken are still, nature, floral type prints.
Okay.
I really like to capture moments that have a mood to them. It's that moment in time that you capture that you can never have back. That's what I like to go out and photograph.
Now, has anyone ever asked you to do photography for their weddings or their children or anything
No,
like
I haven't
that?
even really gone out in search of that. It's not gone that far. But I do have I've printed cards. I do greeting cards. I am the collector of all crafts. So therefore, Borrowed Heart Designs came from. And so I do greeting cards and publish my photographs on those cards that are also available at the craft fairs. But
well, speaking of hearts and staying with that theme, of course, we just got finished with Valentine's, and it's just the Heart Month. In fact, you are also involved with the Southwest Transplant Alliance and Donate Life campaign.
Yes.
So tell us all about that.
Well, Southwest Transplant Alliance is the organ procurement organization that is in this area. The state of Texas is divided up into 3 areas because it is such a large state. And those procurement organizations work with families when they've lost a loved one, as far as organ donation.
Right.
Many people don't know that choice is left up to their family. If they don't register as an organ donor or make it known that they don't want to be an organ donor in advance of an accident, their family has to make that decision. So I go out and I help educate the community on organ donation, on registering to become an organ donor, and the need for organ donors.
And there is a great need.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe statistically, you said there were 123,206 waiting people in need of an organ transplant.
Yes.
That's a lot.
The greatest number of those right now are kidneys, and with the epidemic in the country, with diabetes going up, that number grows exponentially. As far as organ donors, there is a new person put on the organ donor waiting list approximately, I believe it's every 20 minutes.
Well, this 123,206, is that just here in Texas, or
that's nationally?
Nationwide.
That's nationwide.
All right.
And that is all organs. That includes kidneys, hearts, lungs, livers, pancreas, and small bowels.
Okay.
So those are all the...
it's important to be a donor.
Yes,
for
ma'am.
me. I mean, it really is. And if you wait for your family to make that decision, that can be really hard.
It is, because it's a very tough time for the family, because there are certain criteria that people have to meet in order to even be an organ donor. And so those situations come at a very small percentage of deaths that occur every day. And so for the family to be in a critical situation with their loved one and have to make that decision for them, that's very, very difficult.
Yes.
So if you go to donatelifetexas.org, which is the organ registry for the state of Texas, or you can do it at the DPS when you renew your driver's license. But on donatelifetexas.org, you can look up your registration. Even if you are already registered to be an organ donor, go on there and look, because you can check and make sure your information's correct.
Okay.
You can check the different options for donation. And if you really and truly, for some reason, really don't want to be an organ donor, you can mark on there that on that registration that you don't want to be an organ donor, and that becomes a contract with you and the state, and nobody can change that for you. So,
and I think that's a very smart thing to do, because it sure takes the weight off of the family.
Yes.
And so I want to encourage everyone to do that.
Well, yeah, it'd be important to go ahead and make that decision on your own.
Absolutely.
Whether you want to or you don't want to, don't leave it up to the family.
Exactly.
We certainly appreciate you being with us today, and I cannot wait to see your designs and your photography and everything. And we're just so thankful for that person that decided to be a donor for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So that you could continue on and give back. And I think it's wonderful what you do, and so we appreciate it.
Well,
it's very
you.
nice to know you.
Well, I appreciate you guys inviting me to join you today.
You betcha.
Yes, it's been very nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Tomahawk Hair Genesis. We offer an outstanding selection of services to men and women. Whether it be a haircut, perms, or color and cut, we will help you look your best. We are conveniently located in West Odessa. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturday by special appointment. Tomahawk Hair Genesis, 11368 West 20th Street in Odessa. Give us a call at 432-352-1812. That's 432-352-1812. Let Tamara help you look your best.
You know, Gary, we've done a few shows now together, and of course, you're new to all of this.
Real new.
But you're doing so good. You're learning. It's
Well,
wonderful.
I'm trying to learn.
Well,
but
you're doing a good job.
But music industry has different language.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I hear you bring up is the language and the lingo throughout all of our shows. So I thought today would be good to discuss some of that.
Talk a little bit about
terms.
definitions.
Yeah. So ask
Okay.
me one, and I'll define.
How about
it for
the what are A&R
An
department?
A&R. That stands for Artist and Repertoire, okay, department. Now, the major labels, they have A&R representatives. Like I said, Artist and Repertoire. And these are the people, if you're trying to get a record deal, you need to know who these people are at the labels because they are very important. What their job is, they're the ones that go and find the talent to present to the record labels.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that show up at artist showcases, either in music cities or they'll travel even.
Well, you don't have to be on The Voice.
No, you don't have to be on The Voice. But if you can get in touch with them, get a relationship going with them, invite them out, get them to hear you, if they think that you are something that their label is looking for, then they can present you for, hey, I think you need to really look at this artist, and I think they would be good for our label.
Okay.
Also, they help develop artists. That's part of their job. Developing meaning they help to hone their skills, their performance,
okay.
all of these things. Also, they find the songs for artists. So they're the ones.
Well, yeah, certain artists would have, like certain songs would fit them.
Right. Well, A&R people are the ones that look out for that.
Okay.
So pitches, the A&R listens to it. I think this would be good for this artist that we have. And so then they pitch the song to the artist,
Yeah.
and kind of get together
Okay.
and decide
Sort of
what
like
they're
Johnny
going to record.
Cash in prison songs.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And so A&R people are pertinent to the artist in the
Okay.
business.
See, now that's making more sense.
Yes. It's kind of like a paralegal and the lawyer.
Well,
okay. The paralegal does everything. The A&R
And-
people do everything.
and the lawyer gets the money. Okay, I understand that now. All right.
Okay, what's next?
How about a blanket license? What in the world is a blanket license?
Well, a blanket license, let me read the definition. A license issued by a performing rights society that authorizes the public performance of all songs in the society's catalog. So, for instance, I've talked about how our churches, we do worship services. We sing songs that other people have written most of the time. Well, we had churches, the Odessa Brand New Opry, okay? They have to pay into performing rights societies like BMI, ASCAP, CSAC, places that, we've talked about before that take care of making sure that people are getting paid.
In other words, if the choir is going to do a certain type of an Easter program, and they order the music, the songbooks, and this type of thing, then they're going to have to pay a certain amount to the people that publish this, or?
Well, what the blanket license covers, if they pay in, then basically they can perform, not record, not video, but perform, okay, any of the songs that are in the complete catalog. So BMI has all their songwriters and all their songs. ASCAP, same thing. If you pay for a blanket license to be able to do that, to perform those songs, you can do any song they have in their
But
in
you
their
just
whole
can't
repertoire.
videotape it or anything?
No,
like
that would require you to get a different type of license.
Okay.
Video is a synchronization license.
Okay.
And to be able to record someone else's songs, you would have to get a mechanical license for that. What's
All
next?
right. Commercial.
What is
To me, a
considered
commercial is that thing, when you run and make a sandwich.
Well, it has a different context as far as the music business is concerned. When you hear the word commercial in the music business, that means what is going to sell. Okay?
Okay.
And so just because you have a great song out that you've written does not mean that at this particular time in our history, okay, that song is going to be commercially good. Okay? It's going to sell. It's going to, it's going to appeal to artists. They're going to say, hey, I want that song. I can perform that song. Also, who's buying? And so that is one thing that record labels really look for in music and in artists that they sign. Is this person going to be commercial? Can we sell them? Are they going to be appetizing for the public?
Oh, okay. People going to buy
songs.
Are people going to buy it?
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
And like for instance, I write songs, mostly gospel these days, but a lot of my songs are very long, okay? Because we do them in church and we do them in worship, so they're longer. But if they were to be played on the radio, they would not be considered commercial. And so, because they're too long.
Oh,
See, that's
okay.
just an aspect of it. So what I'd have to do is come back in the studio and revise, cut out some things, cut it down to get a song between 3 and 4 minutes so that it would be commercial to a radio
Commercially
market.
acceptable.
Yeah, so
All
there's
right.
just a lot of different things
All right,
when you hear the term commercial.
That makes sense.
What will sell?
All right.
We got time for one more, I think.
Hey, how about a demo?
A demo.
A demo.
Yes, a demo is different than a finished product album, okay? What a demo is it's short for demonstration recording. And for songwriters, demos are very important because you want to lay your song down in a studio so that it can be pitched, people can hear it, that may want to record it. But here's the deal. Demos do not need to be a all-out, expensive finished product thing. That's not what a demo is about. A demo is just getting the song down good, but not something that would be radio ready.
Yeah,
okay?
something for somebody to listen to and say, hey, I
Yes,
like it.
Yes. And, another thing, too, to consider when you're having a demo done, whether you sing it yourself or get someone else or play, whatever, when you're doing a demo project, you don't want it to be, like I said, radio ready, because if that song gets pitched to a label or an artist, they're going to want to say, if I had this song, I could do this and this and this with it. I could do this better. Their creative juices can flow. If you get something so perfect that they can't add anything to it or be better than that, they're probably not going to want to go there.
It'd be their own interpretation.
That's right.
All right.
So we hope you've learned a few things about some of the music language lingo. And when we come back, we'll talk with a special guest. Stay tuned.
And said, emergency, tennis courts, go, go, go. And it just happened. I looked down at my hands and realized I'm doing CPR. This is Jim Hammer, actually a guy that, well,
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this guy.
I had to just give him a big hug. One of the coolest parts of my life, being able to talk to a guy after I gave him CPR.
And we're really blessed today. We have Margaret Burton with Meals on Wheels, and we're going to get an opportunity to interview her.
Yay.
Yes.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here because we always want to spread the word about Meals on Wheels because there's so many people in this community that need help with getting through life at the end of their life.
That's right.
Because, our mission is to serve everyone that is qualified for this service, whether elderly, young, disabled, handicapped, homebound, because the need is there.
Right.
With the people nowadays on such low income, it's very hard to live on $710 and buy your medicine, utilities, and a little bit of extras.
Oh, yeah.
What necessarily qualifies a person for Meal on Wheels?
Mainly it's a disability and their income, because if we have several programs where the meals are free.
Okay.
And we have has contract with the state of Texas. Then we also receive United Way funds, and then we have some money from the city of Odessa through the CDBG funds, and then we also have a Texas Agriculture grant that has been a real big blessing this year. And then we do have a private pay program. But we only have about 20 people on that private pay. And so if you have a low income, you qualify with the disabled.
Now, do y'all cook the meals?
No, we purchase from Odessa Regional Hospital. You know, last year, about 2 years ago, the state of Texas said that we had to do a sealed meal. So we have the sealing machine at their cafeteria in their kitchen, their small kitchen on the west side of the hospital. And so every morning my warehouseman / kitchen helper goes up there and picks up the meals and packs them into the different cooling systems. We have 32 routes, so you know that takes at least 32 volunteers a day. And so our meals are ready to be delivered about 10 o'clock each morning. We do 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And this may be the only time that they have a well-balanced meal. You know, when you live by yourself, it's so easy to have a bend-over sandwich, open a can of soup, or whatever, because you just don't feel like cooking. And we do furnish microwaves for the ones that don't have microwaves, because we do send out some weekend food. It may be frozen dinners or whatever. And so many of your diabetics will supposed to eat part of their meal and then come back a couple hours later and eat the rest of it.
I see.
And so this way with the microwave, they can heat it up. And also we do small oscillating fans. We do the small electric heaters in the wintertime. In fact,
so you do a lot more than just the food.
We have very good community support that has donated these to us. So this is one thing that we are able. We don't have to purchase them. The companies or individuals will just call us up and say, look, I've got 10 fans, whatever. Now I know Gary's route.
Yes, you're a volunteer, Gary.
And I can honestly say it is fun, okay? I really enjoy the opportunity to help the community. We go, we've got 25 people that we take care of out west of town. My wife and I do it on Fridays. It's a little over 16 miles round trip, but we have met a lot of fantastic people, a lot of people that are needy, that have difficulties and problems, and it's a blessing to me to be able to help.
Well, it's a blessing for them to have a volunteer that cares too, because our volunteers not only deliver that meal, they bring that outside life into that person's life, because so many of them are isolated. They have no family in the community, maybe no family, period. They have outlived them, or like I like to say, some of the kids just don't give a darn. They go off and leave them, and that's the end of it.
You know, people need people.
That's right.
They do.
You have to converse.
You do.
And so this way the volunteer usually spends some time. We've had them where they'll pick up newspapers, gather their mail, maybe do little minor repairs around the house. I have one that has bought a screen door. He installed it. You know, they do ceiling fans, whatever. They're really a caring people. They give their time, they give their money, they give their, because they buy the gas, they use their own vehicles, and they get a thank you from us. And that's about it.
Well, and it's worth it.
Well, we hope so.
Building up treasures in heaven for things like that.
That's what I say. You know, they've all made they're up there at the gate waiting to get.
You bet.
But we could not do without the volunteers.
About how many clients do you have in this area?
We have over 525 registered, but on given days they go to the doctor, they may go out of town, they may get to go to the beauty shop, they may get to do different things. But like today, I delivered 452 meals. The volunteers did. So it averages about 450 a day. And like I say, we do pay Odessa Regional, but they have been very, very good to us. We only pay $2.71 a meals to the hospital, so we know that isn't the cost. And they are very, very good to us. We could not, because look, I'd have to furnish a kitchen, help, insurance. So they
Yes.
have really taken a lot of burden off of us.
That's great.
And also, we cannot thank them enough.
Well, it's a very, very worthwhile organization.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we never know when we may need it. You know, my youngest client is 35, bedfast. We may have accidents, we may have knee surgery, you know, COPD, a lot of diabetes is in this area, and a lot of heart trouble, and and I have over probably 28 clients that's up in their 90s. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you know, this is something that everyone is going to need at some time or
Sure.
other in their lifetime. You know, they're very independent. It's hard for them to ask for help, but there comes a day that you have to have help.
Yes.
I don't care what.
So for anyone out there that would like to help, what are the things you're needing right now?
I need volunteers.
Okay,
That
number one
the
is
main-
volunteers.
Volunteers, because we're blessed to have the money. You know what I mean? We can beg, borrow, steal the money, as the oil field likes to say. We do an annual fundraiser each year, and this goes for purchase of meals or whatever some of the clients need. Our fundraiser is Mudbug, and this is the fried catfish, boiled shrimp, and the crawfish. And we have a group of businesses that furnish the drivers or the boilers from Louisiana, Lafayette. They bring the fresh crawfish
And
up
that's
here.
good
They
stuff.
cook it.
Good eating.
That's right, well, Cajun, you know, crawfish.
Yes.
And so it's coming up April 15th this year at
April
Barn G.
15th.
Okay.
Okay, Barn
So
G.
it will be,
Yay.
advertising will be starting on that.
Okay.
But really and truly the volunteers, because we are short usually 2 or 3 volunteers a day.
Okay.
And my staff has to do the driving then. We especially need them out west.
Okay.
Jerry is the only volunteer that I have out
Really?
west.
Just you.
That's
Gary?
right. And we're very proud of him, let me tell you.
Then I ought to get a raise, right?
That's right. You get another thank you.
Well, we
No.
are so thankful to have you today. And if anyone needs to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Okay, it's 333-6451. We're at the office from about 6:30 to about 3 o'clock each day. We are early morning organization, so
Okay.
we,
All you morning bugs out there,
that's right.
get involved.
That's
Yeah,
for
that's-
sure.
Now that phone number is 333-6451. And I would urge anybody that really wants to get involved and helping out in the community, call her. Okay.
It
it's
doesn't
well
matter
worth
whether
it.
it's once a week, once a month. We would love to have
Just
them.
Yeah.
Whatever they can do.
Whatever they
you
can do.
need it.
That's right.
All right. Support Meals on Wheels. We'll be right back.
Would you like to be a part of our group here at the WTMA? Well, we're looking for energetic people with a few hours per month to help build our organization. We are a fun, upbeat group that strives to help our local community and have a positive impact on musicians, performers, and singers. If you would like more information, you can get in touch with us at WTMA at WTMAassociation.org or by calling Bruce Beard at 432-238-5087. Come join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Dean Teagarden at Songwriters Corner with the WTMA. We're going to talk about songwriting, how you sell a song. And so let's begin here with speaking about the history and power of music. That's what we're going to talk about right now. In weeks to come, we'll talk about where does a song come from? How do you get the idea for a song? Does it come from emotion? Does it come from the things around you? How much of it is inspiration? How much of it is actually just really hard work and sweat? And then we're going to talk about how we break a song down. What composes a song? What makes the lyrics work for a song? How do we make the music complement our lyrics? And how do we get the ebb and tide in a song that we need to make it emotionally appealing to people? And then we'll speak about our hooks and our patterns, and how our rhyme and our timing works. And then our hooks, how we grab our audience and bring them into us, and how we relate to them in our song and how they relate back to us. And then we're going to talk about the soul of the song. That'll be a fun category to get into right there. Later on, we'll talk about how you get your song ready, how you begin to piece it all together, how you make sense of it all, you know, how you keep things chronologically in line with one another so that you don't say that he's here and then in the next line you say there, or whatever. So you try to keep things where the story follows itself along. And then we begin talking about the legal ramifications of music, how the legal language, and how we begin to put our best foot forward with people like publishers and our PROs and so forth. And then we're going to talk about how we pitch a song, and we talk about how publishers think and the time it takes to establish a relationship with a publisher. It takes a long time, I'm going to promise you, and a lot of it's as much luck as it is talent. And then we're going to talk about publishing your song and how it kind of fits in here with the pitch it, don't throw it segment that we just covered. And then we're going to talk about our PROs, which is like ASCAP, our performing rights organizations, BMI, CSAC. These are the guys that make sure you get paid, and they're the ones that you'll get your check from. And then we're talking about radio and TV. And in here we're going to talk about what do you really want to do with your song, and what do you want to do as a songwriter. Do you want to just write for your own amusement? Do you want to write commercially to try to make a living? Do you want to write for TV, radio, movies? All these things we'll cover, and you'll find that very interesting to learn how all that works. And then we're going to talk about how you sell your song, who you sell it to, and how you go about trying to get into the marketplace of selling music. So when we think about the power of music and how it inspires us, sometimes it makes us sad, music is a powerful, powerful tool. And through the ages, it's told the stories that when we didn't have books to tell about the things that had happened. And it tells about the simple things that happen in our lives and the ebb and tide of our life. And the history of music is goes back to the beginning of time when men were sitting around with sticks beating on wood, logs, and making grunting sounds, and that came all the way up to where we are right now through the Gregorian period of music and into the present day modern era in music and rock and roll and country music and blues and the influence of all of those things. So history, we could go on for hours about the history of music. It's very complex. But the thing that we need to think about right now is that the influence that music has on other people and the influence it has on us as songwriters. And so these are the things, these are the topics that we're going to cover over the next few weeks. And I hope you'll be able to learn and grow as songwriters. And, you know, if no other thing, just to satisfy yourself as a writer. And that would be a great gift in itself. So be sure to tune in next week and we'll see where music starts and comes from. Thank you all very much for tuning in.
Welcome to Tomahawk Hair Genesis. We offer an outstanding selection of services to men and women. Whether it be a haircut, perms, or color and cut, we will help you look your best. We are conveniently located in West Odessa. We are open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. or Saturday by special appointment. Tomahawk Hair Genesis, 11368 West 20th Street in Odessa. Give us a call at 432-352-1812. That's 432-352-1812. Let Tamara help you look your best.
Thanks for being with us today. Gosh, I enjoyed our special guest.
Oh, I did too. You know, Cindy White with Borrowed Heart Designs.
What a story.
And,
I loved it.
You know, I would make a strong suggestion that if you want to become a donor, which there's a lot of people out there needing transplants,
123,000 of them.
Yeah, be sure you get down there and get that done.
Get registered.
She's a very sweet lady. Okay.
She is.
And Margaret Burton with the Meals on Wheels. You know, we're still trying to find a sponsor.
Yes.
So that we can
we want to create, we have a song already for Meals on Wheels, but we want to create a video and get that out there, give that to them so they can use it, but we need a sponsor for that.
Well, you know, actually we're writing songs and doing videos for all the organizations that are sponsored by United Way. So I'd encourage people that if they want to become a sponsor, get their name out there in public, to be an important part of helping out United Way, which is what we're doing.
Yes, we are.
You know, contact us. Our phone number here is 432-238-5087. You can just call us.
Yes.
And we'll be more than happy to visit with you.
Email us, send smoke signals, whatever it takes.
That's it.
We want to hear from you.
Yes.
All right. Remember to be confident, to be courageous, and never forget that all things are possible with God to those who believe.
And as Hans Christian Andersen said, where words fail, music speaks.
Until the next time, thank you.